Hey everybody, today we're going to take this client from this to this. Keep watching. The first thing I want to get into in this video is how clients think that no matter what they bring to my chair, I am supposed to be able to do it. I'm supposed to be the professional, and I'm supposed to know exactly what needs to be done. And I'm not saying that I don't know what needs to be done. What I'm saying is that they want to bring in anything. And so it could have been 6 months to a year since the last time they got their hair done. And I know a lot of channels on YouTube do the huge transformations and stuff, but honestly, I don't have time for super long transformations. My retwist time is an hour and 15 minutes sometimes. And if you have 6 months of new growth that's all matted together, I can't get that done in an hour and a half. It's just impossible. It usually takes like 3. So when those people try to book with me, I usually have to give them to somebody else because I don't have the time. And so I don't like people telling me what my job is. My job is to maintain healthy locks, not try to constantly be fixing and reconstructing a mess. If you like to wait 6 months between retwists, a year between retwists, you're just not the client for me. And I am fine with that. But there is so many times where clients get mad at me for refusing to do their hair or get an attitude with me because I tell them that the way that their hair is set up, whether it be the way that somebody laid their foundation when they first started, or whether it be the fact that they like to wait 3 to 6 months between retwists that make it that so that they are not able to sit in my chair. And then they're upset with me because of that when it's not my fault. Because if they did what I recommend, which I put it all over my wall, so it's there for them to see and they know what my recommendations are. If you don't follow my recommendations, why are you trying to sit in my chair? You are not an ideal client for me. I am not an ideal stylist for you. I'm sorry. So this client goes 6 weeks between his appointments. That's a month and a half. Anybody that thinks that's too much, that's a problem for me. But that's not my problem. That's your problem. You're welcome to go 8 weeks. You're welcome to go 10, 12, 14. You're welcome to go 6 months if you want to. You're just not welcome to sit in my chair if you do. Because see, my retwist needs to take an hour and 15 minutes or less, honestly. If I can get it down to an hour, most people's I can do in an hour if the hair is shorter than the shoulder. If it takes longer than an hour and your hair is shorter than your shoulder, something else is going on there. And it's probably somebody laid your parts wrong when you first started, or you've been not maintaining your hair the way that I recommend. That's fine, but this isn't the chair for you. That's all I'm saying. But as you can see, as I'm retwisting his hair, it does not take a whole lot of effort to find the parts. It's been 6 weeks. He has a good inch of new growth, and yet I can still go in and find his parts easily. When the parts are hard to find, the retwist is hard to do. And people will argue with me because I'll sometimes do their hair if they slip their way into my chair. But if I notice that it's going to take me longer and I have to text my next client and tell them they're going to be later, then you're going to be paying more. And so I've actually had people get attitudes with me, leave bad reviews for my business saying that I only do what I want to do. But the fact is, I only want to do healthy hair, and it is my business, and I have the right to only do healthy hair if I see fit. If your hair is in an unhealthy state, and by that I mean if your parts are random and they are everywhere and whoever started them didn't give any kind of structure at all to your head, that's not healthy to me. If you've waited 4 to 6 months between retwists, really anything past 8 weeks is not healthy to me. And so if I decide to charge more for my time, because I would have been getting paid more if I would have just done 2 people that had, like, if it takes me 3 hours to do your head and it normally takes me an hour and 15 minutes to do somebody else's, that's almost 3 heads I could do. I could do almost 3 heads in the same time it takes me to do your head. If I only charge you an extra $30, you're winning. You're winning because you just stole 2 more client times from me. You stole money from me. That's how I feel about it. I know it's not actual stealing, but honestly, all you have to do is get your locks started correctly and then follow a very simple protocol. Every 6 weeks is literally like 7 times a year. If getting your hair done 7 times a year is too much for you, maybe you shouldn't have hair. Because when you have a haircut, you get that done, what, every week, every 2 weeks? So if you just want to be able to, if you just want to neglect your hair, then say that. If you want to just be neglectful and, I mean, honestly, kind of dirty, then say that, because it's not sanitary or healthy to go that long without taking care of your hair. And asking somebody to touch that is kind of rude. Like, I don't want to touch hair that hasn't been washed in 6 months. I don't want to touch hair that has been washed in 6 months, but nothing else has been done to it. Nothing else, because it's just going to be a big matted rug and it's going to be impossible. I'm going to need a blade. I'm going to need scissors. I'm going to end up probably cutting myself. Like, hair cuts you when you're trying to, I like to do parts with my fingers. You see this? I'm using my fingers. If this hair is all matted together and I go to try to separate it, it cuts me. It leaves cuts on my fingers, and people will actually argue with me and tell me that I should do their hair because they have locks and I do locks. The audacity of it all. I don't do locks. I do healthy locks. And healthy locks requires something from the client as well as it requires something from me. I can't be the only person that cares about your hair because I only see it once every 6 weeks. You're with it every single day. So if I care more about it than you do, you should just get a haircut. In my next video, I'm going to talk about why I do not do sister locks and why I do not do wicks, because it's all about the health of the hair, and wicks ain't healthy and sister locks are not healthy. I have expectations for the work that I do. So I give people the information that they need so that my expectations can be met, because my expectations are what they want from me. And I know that that's what they want because I've been doing this almost 20 years. They want their hair to be long. They want their hair to be strong. They want it to be healthy. They're always dang near in tears whenever something unhealthy happens, and all they have to do is listen. So I expect the hair to be locked within 2 months. Most people can't promise you that or even get you that, but I have a system that can. I expect the hair to be longer at every appointment because I've seen it over and over again. If your hair is not longer at every appointment, something is wrong, I promise you. I expect the hair to still look the way that this client's hair looked when you arrive. After I wash it, I should still be able to see some scalp. I expect that when I go to wash your hair, that the hair is not so oily that it blocks the water from even penetrating the lock. Oil and water don't mix. When you cover your hair in oil, it makes it impossible to wet, which also makes it impossible to get clean. And I expect for locks that I maintain to be down your back in 5 years. Like, if it's not past the bra strap, mid-back area in 5 years, something is wrong, because I'm telling you, I am used to having butt-length hair from my clients in less than 7 years. And the only reason I even have a YouTube channel is because I am not seeing those same results in other places. I am not seeing people get those expectations met when they're going to different salons and different stylists. And I really feel bad about that because I can't do everyone. I literally can do 4 to 5 heads a day before I am exhausted. And so I'm sharing my information so that more people can understand how this process actually works, and so that more people can deliver the results that these clients are looking for. And way too often I'm met with people arguing with me about whether what I'm saying is true or not. But they have no clients with hair down to their butts. None. So I guess the point of this video was for me to let you guys know that you do not have to take the clients who want to neglect their head for months and months on end before they finally want you to do it. They're going to think that they should pay what everyone else pays, and they're going to blame you for any weak spots and damage to their hair, and it was them that caused it the whole time. The more people that refuse those clients, the less likely they will be to continue to make your life difficult, to make our lives difficult. It is not our responsibility to fix the mess that was created by someone's neglect. I am a professional and I do professional work, and nobody's going to bully me into doing subpar work for their own benefit. As usual, I hope this video was helpful to someone, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.